Welcome back to Trinity Dairy. I'm Justin and I'm taking over the channel today. After the Northeast Livestock Show, I leased a Red Angus Heifer named Bonnie that I was going to show at the Minnesota Beef Expo. This was my first time showing at Expo. The Beef Expo has a program where they donate heifers to youth who send in an essay. I didn't win a heifer this year, but I hope I will win in the future. At Expo they have learning sessions that were really interesting.
All of our graders are Trinity. Okay, and then if you move up, this is the very minimum of prime, the highest grade that we have in the States. Other countries have higher grades than that. This is our highest grade, is prime. This is low prime, this is average prime. Okay?
I also got the coolest birthday presents from our friends that are teaching me how to show beef cattle. The second day, I had a chance to look around the cattle barns before I had my showmanship class. I didn't get pulled for finals, but Bonnie did a good job.
Exhibitor 656, Caden Hawkins, and 774, Aubrey DeFrang. Entering the ring now, class 202, we have exhibitors 1110, Justin Pajeski, exhibitor 1413, Leah Albrecht, 1612, Bodie Sonnenberg, 232, Roman Schwab, 426, Veronica Repka, 486, Brendan Van Gelder, 658, Leah.
joining us. The North Ring, we have Class 102 from the age 10 and under group. All prizes today are sponsored by the Minnesota Livestock Breeders Association. We're currently doing callbacks out of this group, and we will be doing a semifinal round after Class 105. Callbacks out of Class 102, we have Exhibitor 1225, Brant Altman, and Exhibitor 342, Paisley Betts.
668 Logan Thole and 850 Madeline Kruger.
That night, I sat with Bonnie and read my new book before I took her to the tie-outs for the night.
Remember when Papi had this?
The third day, I got to watch the cattle auction. I was worried I almost bought a heifer when I had to move my hand.
41 number down 42, 2 down 3. I'm 42 number down 43 number down 42 number down 43 number down 42. You want to give 3? I'm 42 down 45. I'm 44 number down 5. I'm 44 number. She's still smiling now. I'm 44. You want to give 5 number down? Crack that door. Here we go. I'm 44 number down 45 number down 40. I got a heifer with a $10,000 disposition, and I got a young lady that needs to buy her that's got a $10,000 smile. I tell you, just go kind of hand in hand. I get to 44 number down 5. I'm 44, you didn't give 5 one time, now 5 number down, 44, you're gonna give 5. So I'm pay you 4,400, 4,400. 7, but number down 35, number down 7.5 where? I had 35 bib, now 7.5, now 7.5, 7.5, now 4. I 37 to be to give 4th number down 7.5 to give 4th on honors on her. I had 37.50 bib, now 4th number down 4th number down 7.5, now 4. Here we go. I'm 4 now 2.5. I'm 4th number down 42, 50 number down 4th, then you get 2.5, now 45. I'm 42 number down 45, 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 number down 45. I'm 42 and a half, now 45, number down 2.5, now 45. I'm 2.5, now 45, down 5. I tell you what, if I was a betting man, she's going to stand on Supreme Row. She wins that. You do your homework right. These folks, I bet you, if you needed a little assistance, would help you throughout the state fair and that. Bring her right back here. My chips would be on you. Something.
He did. I don't know what you want me to do.
Well, that's... Sometimes I don't know what I want to do either, I guess. I did see him doing it. Got 45. Give me 7.5.
You owned her for that long.
I'll treat you the same. Give me 46. I'm 45 now 6. I'm 45 on number now, 46 on number now, 46.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now 47. I'm 46 now. Well, sons of guns, I stuck up for you. I'm 46 on number down 7. I'm 46 on number down 47 now 7, 7, 7 on number down 7 to 7 down 7. So to you 4,600, 4,600.
I had fun playing with Jason and Kenley before we went to watch the Market Beef Show.
In 8th place, Trent McIndoe.
Well, just a single entry over here on the prospect side. This ends up being your champion limousine steer. Certainly could have stood some competition. I think a calf that's got muscle and body. Structure reads more than adequate to hold together as he matures and reaches his target endpoint. Let's give her a big round of applause on excellent single entry. Results, we're going to do some housekeeping. Results of the Hereford Prospect Steer Division. Your champion was exhibitor 526, Leo Privet. Reserve went to entrant 1837, Kinsley Trump. Third went to entrant 1420, Graham Nagler. Fourth, entry 393, Dawson Kitchell. Fifth went to entry 870, Emily Haas. Sixth to entry 1355. These prospect steers have a champion prize of $90 and a banner, sponsored by Minnesota Dirtworks. Reserve champion prospect Angus steer gets $40 in a banner. Also sponsored by Minnesota Dirtworks.
We want to welcome our judge here in ring 2. Our judge is Tyler Cates from Modoc, Indiana. He raises Shorthorn and Angus cattle with his wife Courtney and daughter Piper. He attended Northeastern Oklahoma A&M Junior College, where he was a member of the livestock judging team. He went on to attend Purdue University, where he served as a member of the judging team and as an assistant coach. He has judged multiple national breed shows and several junior national shows across the United States. Welcome, Tyler.
Well, it's certainly a pleasure for me to be here this evening. Definitely some different shapes and sizes. I mean, these cattle are different in terms of where they are, in terms of their skeletal appearance, and where they are in terms of their finish and their maturity pattern. But I think the calf that wins is easily the effective combination of not only the muscular steer that handles fresh and fat enough, but he's the balanced steer that's the best in terms of the structural integrity as you get him out and set him into motion. The young lady steer that we have comes out next, follows our class winner, the best in terms of muscle, handle, and balance. A steer that, compared to his contemporaries, is probably still better structured than a lot of them, but he isn't quite as flexible at the ground as the steer we start off with, not quite as much length and attractiveness. The steer that comes out next is one that you have to appreciate the way he handles out of the top side of the shoulder to her loin. He's got a lot of muscle. He's probably one of the fatter steers we have out here. The reason we're going to let you lead him third is he just needs to be a little sounder off of both ends, maybe a little longer and leveler out over his hip.
The last day was the Heifer Show. Bonnie isn't a 1A Red Angus, so she was in the AOB class in the afternoon. I took fourth, but again, Bonnie behaved perfectly. I had a lot of fun.
You've got one that you've been dragging this long, it's because you think pretty highly of her. And the 2 classes in a row where I wish there was more cattle in the class, because the animal that's going to end up in the class is very, very high quality. Within this particular class, though, and it breaks down fairly simple for me, the heifer that's going to go ahead and win is the combination female, not only being the most massive and the most cow-like, just a tremendous body cavity, nice udder set to this female, good functional hind leg. She's fresh enough in terms of her condition. She can maybe get outside of herself as she comes at you just a little bit, but there's just so much volume and so much good within that heifer. It really just gives you a maternal look, and she's got an advantage in terms of her gestation and her udder quality as well. The young man's red heifer is going to be second, because when compared to the heifer in third, I think she's a little fresher, and I think she's more comfortable in the move, particularly the way she handles her spine. She handles her spine better because she's a little flatter shouldered and she's got more step. She's not as powerful as the heifer that we have in third in terms of muscle down the top, now over her hip, but I like her better in terms of her structure, and I think she's one of the fresher heifers we have out here. The heifer who's in third and fourth are 2 that I'd like to change a little bit in terms of their movement, but I think I just prefer the depth in the gestation. That this female appears to be a little further along. She drops a deeper rib, and female it's a little fresher in terms of her overall condition than the heifer that concludes the class. That really comes out next, sure, is a big, powerful, high-quality heifer. I just thought the one out here that probably doesn't show us as much center body, as much udder development as the 3 we have in front of her.
Back in ring 1, placings of the AOB Spring Yearlings. First place, right? Second was Kinsley Hillbrands, and third, Josie Lero. Our final AOB class in the ring, these are the January and February senior yearlings.
Over here in ring 2, placings for your Simmental early senior yearlings, September 1st through December 31st of 22. First place, Kinsley Hillbrands. Second place, Caden Hawkins. Third place, Tilly Chandler. And fourth place, Braylee Cleveringa. Coming back into the ring now, we've got our first and second place winners from all of our Simmental classes. Our judge will select our champion and reserve champion Simmental for today. Our champion and reserve champion awards are sponsored by Oak Meadow Farms and Minnesota Junior Simmental Association.
Over in the AOB ring, our sponsors, I should mention, the class sponsors are the Minnesota Murray Gray Association, and Images is sponsoring the Great Awards here. We appreciate their support, and we also appreciate the support of Susan Litsky of the Minnesota Murray Gray Association for helping put that together.
Well, a really nice way to end the AOBs, and I think the one that wins when they're planted, she's the most commanding in terms of her balance and just the way things fit together. I think the lines of that heifer in terms of her chest floor and the way her top line is built, the way her hip and tail head and her hind leg posture come together, all say that she needs to be the class winner. I also think when you get up over the cattle, she's the one that's probably just a shot fresher in the turn to her rib cage than the cattle behind her. She probably could be pulled back a notch in terms of her condition. I think when they're pulled to lead, she's not just super reaching in terms of her back leg, but I think the angles of her skeleton are laid into her correctly, and I certainly think that her balance and proportions match and elevate her to the class to win. The one in second, bigger in her kind, certainly smooth in terms of her shoulder. I think that heifer's extension is good. You know, her balance maybe gets detracted from, she's starting to push a shot more condition through her lower shoulder blade and chest. That in relation to the fact that her rear rib and flank aren't quite right in terms of the way they fit together, and her bottom line maybe just pull her balance apart just a notch. I think her structure's good. To me, I probably would just keep her a little more collected when we pulled the cattle in motion, specifically in the way she rolls up and out of her blade into her front end. The one in third, probably a little more upright in terms of her shoulder and knee. That yellow female probably doesn't have the internal dimension or rib cage and muscle of the cattle ahead of her. The biggest thing is her frame relative to just needing to be a shot more practical looking in her image, and that's why she sorts the third. And then the young man's composite Red Angus Heifer that rounds out the class. She's got big feet and her flexibility's fine. You know, that heifer's just a little green, a little poor balanced in terms of the way some things fit together in her hip and tail head. Let's give him a big round of applause on a nice group of cattle. Young man round.
I'm looking forward to the next Beef Expo. I was sad to say goodbye to Bonnie after the show was over, and we had to bring her to her home. Thanks for watching, and God bless.